Hi, second graders and parents. Happy last week of school. Woohoo! All right, so this week looks totally different than other weeks, and for good reason. This very last week of school, we decided as a whole school to just have you focus on the related arts. We know that a lot of your focus has been on those core subjects like math and reading and writing, and for good reason. But all those other things like Spanish and physical education and art and music, those are all really important too. So this last week is about catching up on any reading, writing, math you might not have gotten done. So nothing brand new there. And then also focusing on those related arts. So I'm going to zoom in here and kind of talk you through our schedule. So this is what it looks like this week. It's different than it has been the last few weeks because there's not as much. So we just put the whole week on one page for you. So when I zoom in, then I'm able to kind of talk through each thing. So in the first boxes, you'll always see the whatever letter it is that day. So like V for Monday, W for Tuesday. And then you'll also see this pen pal meet and greet. That is something that you should have heard about last week. We sent an email about it. We have pen pal meet and greets this week at 3 different times, but you only have to attend the one that your name is under. So you're only attending one of those. They're on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday at 10, and we're going to meet your pen pal and play some games with them. It should be a great time, and it'll be the best it can be if everyone makes their best effort to show up. So please try to get to yours, and you can click on that, and the link will open up so that you're able to see when that pen pal meet and greet is. All right, and then if you go to each day, like Monday says physical education day, focus on PE today. Visit Mrs. Beiser's sites. So I have her sites, site 1 and site 2 down here for you. Visit Mrs. Beiser's sites to get some ideas of what you could do. And then if you click on this PE Flipgrid, it's going to take you to our Flipgrid page, put in your number. So remember, if your numbers 1 through 9, put a 0 before your number, your class number, and then post in that Flipgrid something that you did for PE that day. And then Mrs. Krafchak and I will share that with Mrs. Beiser. So she'll get to see just our class and what you guys did that day. Let's wow her and have like everyone post in the Flipgrid. That'd be so neat. And then we have art day on Tuesday, same deal. Go to Mrs. Nanaman's website for some ideas. Post in our art Flipgrid. We'll share it with Mrs. Nanaman. She'll be so excited. Music day, same deal. Visit the music website, get some ideas. Spanish day is Thursday. Just do a little Flipgrid of you speaking some Spanish. Could be any Spanish, but I will share it with Senora Stos, and she will be so excited. And then if you look down under, and then I just have on Friday, if you feel like going back and adding more to the art Flipgrid or the PE Flipgrid, do that because they'd love to see more than one post from you. And then at the bottom, we just have please catch up on any assignment in reading, writing, math, science that you may have missed. Optional, you could finish your figurative language notebook, the one that's in the Google Classroom, if you feel like doing something this week. And we also have something really neat called our COVID-19 time capsule. And if you go to our Google Classroom and go under Writer's Workshop, the Writer's Workshop tab, you'll see it right here. It's going to make one for each of you. And when you open it up, it looks like this. Well, this is a blank piece of paper. There we go. Okay. So when you open it up, it looks like this. And it just, you walk through and you could print this out if you wanted to, if mom and dad wanted to print this out as something to keep in a keepsake for you. You can also just type in it on here and mom and dad could save it digitally, which would fit with the times. So it's just a fun thing to do. Not required, but of course, if you get all finished with it and you want to share it with Mrs. Krafchak and I, we'd love to see what you wrote in yours. So it says, you're living through history right now. Like, this is crazy that schools are closed and restaurants are closed and everything's shut down. Like, This is not something that happens often. And so we want you to understand that you're living through history right now. This is crazy. So draw and label the people you're staying safe with. And this is something you can look back at when you're old, like me, and say, wow, I was in second grade. They had to shut down school, and I was taught by mom, dad, grandma, grandpa at home. Crazy stuff. And you can see what your thoughts were at the time. I am not stuck at home. I'm safe at home. I'm busy doing, and then you can write different things. For this page, you'd have to add a text box. So you go up to the little T text box, add a text box on what you're busy doing. How am I feeling? Words to describe how you feel, things you're thankful for, what you've learned most. And you could add a picture of yourself here, or if you print this off, and then you can just color it later. So you could type it all up and then work on that page later. 3 things I miss the most, 3 things I'm most excited to do when all of this is over. My community, what are you doing to help you feel connected to your community? So are you helping go on those birthday parades that I've seen around town? Do you have Google Meets with your classmates? How do you get together with your friends? Have you ever had any Google Meet hangouts with your friends? Interview your parents. So ask them your parents questions and see what they're saying about the times. And then special occasions. So did you have birthdays over this time? We had a holiday, we had Easter over this time. And just say the date and how you celebrated, because it was probably a little different than it would have been if we didn't have this. So I just kind of wanted to walk you through that time capsule and just show you it's a neat optional activity. You can, of course, share it with Ms. Kravchuk and I, because we'd love to see what you wrote. I think that's all the major points from this week. If you have any questions this week, let us know. Mrs. Kravchuk and I will be constantly checking our emails. So if you're worried about, you're trying to complete some work that you may have missed earlier this month and you have questions about it, feel free to ask. If you are trying to complete items in Google Classroom, just make sure you click turn in or email Mrs. Kravchuk and I that you did it, just so that we know that it's done. I'm really excited for you. Oh, a quick note. On Friday, there's an end of the year class meeting. We're going to probably do that at 10 o'clock. The time will be here. Right now, the time is not here. But Mrs. Kravchuk and I will put the time there. It'll probably be at 10 o'clock in the morning. And please come, because Mrs. Kravchuk and I will be there. It's the last day of school. It's a day to celebrate, and we want to celebrate that with you as best we can. So do your best effort to come to that and your Pen Pal meeting this week. All right, friends. We've had a wonderful, wonderful time with you, virtually and not virtually. You're amazing kids. Love you. Have a wonderful, wonderful last week of school. Bye, friends.